Yeah, I think there was just a lot of that, and they were like, "Dude, I'm out of here."
Yo, I brought up earlier that I'm even more cynical than I've ever been, and
Yeah,
nothing's gonna. It's shit like this. You have an actor. No, you have an actor who knows the fucking material,
who
who loves
respects
the
it?
material, who respects the material. I understand that as I understand that you want to write your own story and create your own thing. You can do that
Don't call it
within
The
the
Witcher.
realm of the character and the IP that already exists. If you don't like the fact that you have somebody who's passionate about it and his passion is taking away your vision, one of two things I say. One, figure out how to add the necessary components to your vision. Or two, why are you doing this?
Yo, they've said that they don't even like the source material. Some of the writers and directors that they didn't like the source. Why are we making The Witcher?
Yo, here's the thing. We gotta stop. We gotta stop with this shit. If you want to write movies and TV shows, write a movie and a TV show. Do not fucking come into a established property
And IP already, yeah.
that you don't like and try to do something with it, unless there's something you don't like about it, and you have what you think is a good twist on it. If you have a good twist on something, by all means, come in. Let's see what the fuck you do. But the more I hear about, oh, I don't like the character, I don't like this whole shit, but I'm doing the show anyway. What the fuck is the point?
So I have a question, Cap, because it's not like The Witcher IP was like really like in circles that much by the time this show came out. The Witcher 3 was released in 2015. The books were released way before that. But like I don't feel like people were clamoring for Witcher shit. So someone wanted to make this show. Someone liked the material enough to wanted to make the show. So I don't know if they're lying or just making shit up about the writers not. But I mean, obviously there's a lot of writers, and it's like someone had to have liked this and thought it was a good idea. Like, I don't want to talk about things that I don't know and I don't have all the info on, but
I'm willing to
in
bet.
season 2, like the excitement on Henry's face from season 1 to season 2 is
Dog.
drastic. And
Yeah.
he wrote about season 3. He was like, yo, this was a grueling season. It was a long haul. There was ups and downs. Thank you for everybody who stuck around. But like clearly something changed here. So me, without having all the information based on attitudes and what I'm seeing and what I'm reading, I have a strong feeling that it was the creative differences between Henry, who appreciates this character, who appreciates the lore, who has played Witcher 3. And yes, Witcher 3 is just fanfic. Witcher 3 is way after the books. They just use the characters to make a beautiful fucking game. And the Witcher 1 and 2 as well. But like Henry respected it.
That's what you can do. Because the
Right,
game's gonna go off
fanfic.
the book. Yeah. So what I suspect happened is this. I suspect somebody went into an office and said,
Henry's pissing me off.
no. Well, I'm going before that.
Okay.
Somebody went into an office and said, what's popular right now that we can make money off of?
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think Witcher
somebody
was
went,
there.
No, somebody went, hey, what about The Witcher? It's a popular video game. My nephew plays it. He
Okay.
won't shut up about it.
I see what you're saying.
And they looked into it and went, you know what? Nobody owns the rights to that. We can do it. And then they hired writers. And the writers came in and went, what are we doing? Oh, it's a fantasy drama about a dude who hunts demons and shit.
Maybe they were trying to catch up the Game of Thrones hype. That might be.
That's
Yeah.
another thing, right?
Yeah.
This is our version of Game of Thrones. Cool. Let's write our version of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And then they hired Henry Cavill, who heard about it, and Henry Cavill went in and said, "Hey, I'm perfect. I know all of this shit about I've read the books. I played the games. I know all of his motivations. I know his backstory. I know all this." And
he hounded them. He hounded them for this role.
And And what happened was the producers and the writers and the directors turned around and went, "What? The fuck you mean you know all this shit? Don't relax. Don't worry about it. We're gonna do this." And you make the mistake of we see other people doing, so we want to do our own shit. I'm not gonna lie. I like the first season of Witcher. Was fucking awesome.
Phenomenal.
it was. Yeah, it was.
Phenomenal.
Second season
Phenomenal.
wasn't. Second season was okay.
Yeah.
It had good moments, but it was all right. Again, we gotta start this whole thing. If we're not gonna do any fucking thing original ever again, and it's only gonna be IP and remakes and reboots and fucking sequels to shit that came out 40 years ago.
Avatar. Avatar.
Yo, we gotta do
It's gonna be 20 avatars.
what they did with Top Gun.
3 hours apiece.
We gotta get people
Damn.
who absolutely love the fucking source material
Respect the
to do these things. And not even, it's more what Cap said. We don't even need to get to love, respect the source material. Because what's the difference? Why did Top Gun blow up so big? It's because everybody went, I know what Top Gun is. And when you saw Top Gun Maverick, you went, holy shit. Maverick is still the same.
It was so good.
The fighter pilot, the dog fights are still fucking cool.
They look great.
Yeah. They didn't change what Top Gun was. They just, everybody in there was like, yo, this is the natural progression of what the story is. And you know what people are not saying? You know, the Prey was woke and the MCU and all that shit. I've not heard one think piece about the fact that there was a female fighter pilot and that she got picked over fucking Hangman to go do the fucking run. And all that. Nobody's talking about it. Why? Because it didn't push any bullshit. That wasn't the point of it. The story was good. She was a good fighter pilot. She was a good fighter pilot. It made sense. Hangman was a fucking dick, and his whole story was he'll leave you out to dry, so you wouldn't take him anyway. Like, we need, if you're gonna only do shit that exists already, get people who like the shit that exists already.
I was watching
at the very least, if you're not gonna do that, take somebody who can see what the original IP is and go, oh, I'm inspired to do this with this franchise. That's what the fuck you got to do, because the constant slew of fucking people who don't like the shit that they're writing about is yet another reason why, if you don't care, why the fuck should I?
Yeah,
true that. I was watching a YouTuber, Asmongold, I think his name is. I follow him. He just like does reaction shit, but like real serious stuff. He's hilarious. I really like watching him. He was talking about this same thing about like Henry Cavill and the recasting and all of that. And he legit says like, yo, Henry Cavill is always a cool dude. You know, he did his movies, he did Superman. You know, Supermans weren't that great, but he was always cool. But like people blew up their love for Henry Cavill over the pandemic for 2 reasons. One, he did a video building a PC. So all the nerds just flocked. And the people who loved him already loved him more. And then when he did The Witcher, he actually did The Witcher because he played the game. Once he played the game and found out that they were making this show, he hounded them down for the role. Once he got before the role, he started reading the book so he could be on top of this thing. And then people were like, yo, Henry's a really cool guy. I'm one of those guys. I always knew Henry was there. I loved Henry for his portrayal of Superman. Yo, The Rock said it. Like, yo, he's a Superman of our generation, whether you like it or not. Like, and I know there's arguments there. But I became a huge fan once I saw him during the pandemic and show that love for The Witcher. And I'm like, and I remember thinking to myself, like, when we're doing shit like this, where you're borrowing an already existing franchise and doing your own take on it, your own telling of it, whatever it is. Why can't we just get a bunch of motherfuckers like that? Like, who actually know the shit, love the shit, and want to be in it. And that's why I'm getting to where I'm getting with the whole thing that's happening. Because I see the level of excitement. And Henry says, yo, season 1, the press tour was like, wow. Season 2 press tour, like, I don't even think I saw Henry that much.
Dude, I haven't seen anything for season 3.
And for season 3, they just wrapped up, and it's like, okay, I haven't been hearing anything.
Yo,
Yeah.
The only thing I've heard about season 3 of The Witcher is that Liam Hemsworth is taking over season 4.
And that it was super difficult to make. Did you watch 1 and 2? Season 1 and 2 of Witcher?
Yeah, actually, season 1 of The Witcher actually made me like Henry Cavill even more.
A lot of people feel that way.
Because I saw his Superman, and I'm not gonna lie, he is the best looking Superman we've had since maybe Christopher Reeves. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like his stoicness and all that other stuff. But the movie, had its own.
The movie
issues.
is It's funny because I went back to the Supermans, and Christopher Reeves Superman, he was kind of goofy.
Yeah, he
was very goofy as Clark Kent. I mean, Poindexter. I was like, okay.
It was, it was a way to. It was almost like they were polar opposites of each other, Superman and Clark Kent. But I did like that. And then I see The Witcher, and I'm like, yo, this guy's not he's not a robot. Like, this fucking guy can act.
He got some chops.
Then I hear that like, yo, he's really into this shit, and I'm like, I can see that this guy's passionate about this. I'm not seeing Superman. I love when I see a character, and I go, this is the guy who plays Superman. He's in another thing, and I don't see any Superman in it. Like, that's why I love Chadwick Boseman. When he played Jackie Robinson, I didn't see anybody but Jackie Robinson. When he played James Brown, I saw James Brown.
That shit was incredible.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like, yo, I gain respect for this dude because he puts respect into his work. And then I see the videos of him getting hit on by all these women, and he's like, okay, I understand. I thank you, but I'm not here for that. Like, the dude, like, you don't win points for me for being humble, but it's appreciated to see, like, this guy's like, yo, I'm just here to promote Superman, and I understand you like how, but thank you. You know what I'm saying?
It's super chill.
Yeah,
like, the whole pandemic, he's just in his crib playing Witcher and building PCs.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
It's a good mix from seeing, people that are just overly fucking into, like, flirting and all that other shit, and this guy's just like, yeah, well, I'm Superman. Or like the Mission Impossible shit. Like, yeah, I got to work next to Tom Cruise, and they're talking about how big his muscles are, and he's like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. By the way,
I felt bad for him. They kept telling him to do the arm thing.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise was like, do it, Henry, do it. He's just like, okay.
Yo,
yeah, man, I like Henry.
I've said it here, though. There was a rumor or the picture floating around that he was going to be Dr. Doom.
Oh, man.
And I said, if he fucking did the arm thing as Dr. Doom, that's it.
You're there.
I'm hooked for life, bro.
Yeah.
And he's been wanting to get into the MCU. I'm like, yo, give him any character he wants.
Yo, it might be too easy, but he's got to be Captain Britain.
Yeah, of course. He has to.
The thing I think what made him so popular is when you find out, oh, he builds PCs, he plays Warhammer. He was playing World of Warcraft when they called him about the Superman role, and he almost missed it. You just like, oh shit, he's just a normal dude.
Just a dude.
Like, yo, when you take, that's the same reason why I like Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, same energy.
When you take the fucking mysticism away from as a movie star, and you boil down to, yo, if I had no doubt in my mind that if I was just standing in a line at a grocery store with my Captain America shirt on and Chris Evans saw me, we'd have a conversation about Captain America. Just two nerds, one nerd and Chris Evans geeking out over that shit. And it'd be a completely normal fucking thing. It's same with Henry Cavill. You saw Henry Cavill and he saw you with a Witcher shirt on. you'd fucking bond instantly over that one thing. Where every other superstar in the world, you're like, yo, I don't even want to walk up to them. Where the fuck is their entourage? I don't want to say nothing. I might be
Yeah.
misconstrued. Like,
I would fanboy more for Cavill and Evans than like, I don't know, some like,
then RDJ.
Momoa.
well, yeah, I have issues with Momoa, but like even
Yo, so
even
do
like
I.
some like
Joaquin Phoenix.
some woman that everyone like praise. Oh my gosh, she's so
Oh,
beautiful.
Gal
blah, blah, blah.
Gadot.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Gal.
No.
But
I get what
I
you-
would fanboy way more for Henry Cavill and Chris Evans than any of that stuff.
Figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? You know what the thing is also a good example. If we're gonna tie in all the podcasts, like Bad Bunny wrestled, right? And he got so much praise because of how good he did in his wrestling match in WrestleMania, right? Logan Paul also wrestled. The difference between the two of them is Logan Paul's coming out trying to be a wrestler, where Bad Bunny was, they gave me an opportunity and I made the best of it.
And Bad Bunny's just a good dude.
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with Bad Bunny's music like that. I'm an old
I don't
school
either. Yeah, I don't-
reggaeton
yeah.
head. Like I like 2006 reggaeton. I like that stuff. But like, he's just a good dude.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson is a super
Oh,
nerd.
dude, and her doing Ahsoka Tano for Star Wars.
Yeah.
We saw a little panel where she was talking about it, and that made me more excited than anything because she loved the fucking show just as much as us.
Yeah,
When
and
someone
she-
who's playing the character loves the character, you know,
Yeah.
you know what
she
you're
does
getting.
She does video game voices.
Yeah.
She be in all the nerd shit. She was all over the Defenders. Like she loves that.
Yeah.
shit.
You know what makes, see, here's the difference, right? This is the level I'm talking about.
Sorry for the Witcher rant, y'all. We
No.
took a turn.
Yo, this is a nerd
Yo,
show.
If
Yeah.
anybody knows the Knuckleheads, we talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
go where the road fucking takes us. And we'll try to, grab onto the saddle and be like, yo, pull it back.
But
No.
sometimes we put
yeah.
the window down and fucking
Yeah.
Joker outside the car.
Yeah. But this is what we
I just
do.
wanna
This is where
say,
the community goes.
Just want to say before I get into this, I am going to be bringing up the Wonder Man thing in a few minutes.
Yes.
So-
Good thing you remember that.
So the thing with Rosario Dawson, right? You can have the best actress in the world come up and take over the role of Ahsoka Tano. All right? And people are still going to be like,
Yeah, that's true. That's fucking true.
Very true.
I have topics. We just don't talk about them.
I promise we're gonna for phase 3 of the comic book podcast, we're gonna be a little bit more structured.
Yeah. We're still in season 1. Good.
so what I was going to say is you can have an actress, the best actress, come in and play Ahsoka Tano. And it'll be good. People will still be like, hey, Ashley gotta, the girl who voices her in the cartoon should have done it and blah, blah, blah. Then you get Rosario Dawson who comes in and not only acknowledges the previous actress, but says that she wants to pay homage to her, but do her own thing and give the fans something that they can, a through line that they can see how we got from one to the other. And you're like, all right, it's still the same character that we know and love. That little more attention to detail and that little more effort is what puts shit over the top.
You finish?
Yeah.
No, also, think about this, Cabs. You went to a wrestling event, right? And you see all the fans chanting and all this other stuff. Now you have like a super fan. Let's say there's a fan that kind of looks like Hogan or John Cena. He's gonna sit there and do the same way Cena would. His whole life, he's been watching and emulating John Cena or Hogan. You get, like, you see how I just did 3, boom. Where an actor who doesn't know it would be like, oh, I'm just doing the ear thing. But they don't understand is, like, it's like a come on, boom. You know what I'm saying?
That's literally how the Miz got a job. He's been pretending to be a wrestler his whole life.
Yeah. And that's what makes the authenticity a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Because Rocky is awesome because of the boxing. He actually trained with boxers. He got hit for real. He actually got knocked out a couple times during the filming. Like that's what made like it looked like we was watching a real life fucking boxing match inside this movie with everybody in it. And to see someone respect the craft and to do that shit is crazy. Like the fucking the movie with Mickey Rourke where he was the wrestler, the movie The
Mhm.
Wrestler.
That movie's wild.
Like yo, that movie is loosely like Ric Flair type shit where
Yeah.
he wasn't homeless enough. It was just they can't give it up and they're willing to die out there. You know how many wrestlers say that shit? Like I was crying during Jake the Snake's fucking induction Hall of Fame speech because of his love for the business and how he gave up his family to be with his business, to be with the business and all that other shit. It's deep. And when you can get somebody that connect with as deep it is, then the rest of the fans can be like, yo, I'm in as deep as you are with it.
Tom Brady shit.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
You can't have someone that never played football do a fucking football movie.
Like
know what I'm
the
saying?
what was it, the Kurt Warner movie that they did with?
Yo, I've actually heard that movie was good, but that's because Zachary Levi, who plays Kurt Warner, he actually knew the story before he even read the script. He knew Kurt Warner's story, and I think has been canceled, that biop, because of other shit. But he stayed with Kurt Warner. He learned Kurt Warner's mannerisms and shit like that. It's another level when the person who's making the thing you love to watch also loves making it and wants to make it, because now it's a shared experience.
Yeah.
And now to get to the casting news.
All right, so real quick.
Before you change it, I've been trying to say, is this similar to what happened to Batgirl, that somebody came in that didn't like it and messed it all up?
No, but Batgirl had the misfortune of coming in with the fucking sweeping corporate change, and they just picked what here.
It was a transitional period.
That movie was damn near done
before it even started.
But yo, that movie got killed in by the fucking by the test screening audience.
Okay.
The minute they saw that the test screenings were bad, they were like, well, fuck it. Then pull get it out of here.
But they let Justice League and fucking Batman vs Superman go through.
It's different people were in charge.
I digress.
I don't know if David Zaslav would have let Justice League go if it was poorly reviewed in the test screenings.
Well, that's something we need to know before we start investing.
By the way, I've heard two things. The Flash test screenings have said that this movie is better than Endgame.
Whoa.
Or Infinity War, depending on who you are, Cabs.
Look at the face, Blue.
And two, that the best thing about the movie happens to be Problem Child himself.
Blue, another one.
Bro, fuck you, Mama Webble.
Again, it's the people who released Jonah Hex are different than the people than the guy in charge now. It's different people.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go watch it. I want to.
You report back.
I see.
Yeah.
I will report back.
I will watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
I will watch it, but I'm telling you now, man, that can't save him. Like, listen, I will let Cap speak. 3 minutes. Everyone knows that as men we have to have our own little like standards, right? We have our own. This is the straw that breaks the camel's back. You know, there's point of no return here.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to certain people like Jeff Hardy or John Jones, like you fuck up so much. No matter how good you are, I can't support you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't support what you did because of how. I don't give a shit how good Ezra Miller is in this fucking movie. I can't support him doing another Flash movie. And if they want to go that way, then I can't watch another Flash movie.
I will not watch another one if he's in there.
So-
If they're in there, sorry.
Yeah,
The-
R.
Yeah.
Kelly him.
The rumor
Uh-oh.
is, yo, that I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
rumor
say no
is
more.
that they've
Hey,
already recast the Flash because they already greenlit a sequel.
Okay.
That's how good the test screenings are. They already greenlit a sequel, and the rumor is that they've already recast the Flash.
Okay.
Good.
Now, Captain
Wonder
who's
Man.
this?
Wonder
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 Man.
Man.
Give us a little brief description of who Wonder Man is.
So Wonder Man is a Marvel character who I always forget this dude's name because he has just a. Give me a second here.
Show knows who his name is.
What?
What's his name,
Namor.
Joe?
His name is Namor.
There you go, Simon Williams.
Neymar.
No.
Use close.
Simon Williams. I always
There you
forget
go.
that name because it's such like a fucking bland name.
Yeah.
But he's
It's
a guy
like Craig
who
White.
he's kind of like he's kind of like a Saturday morning version of Husk.
Damn.
Not Husk, Hush. You know, how Hush was a friend of Bruce Wayne, then became obsessed and changed his face and all that shit.
Yeah.
He was a friend of Tony Stark. There was a falling out with them. He became a rival. They tried to do some other shit. He got caught in some weird fucking thing, and now he's Wonder Man, and he's got the power of infinite energy. And certain aspects of him can change. What do you call it? This is what he normally looks like.
Oh, so he got a W. Nice.
That's where the wonder comes from.
He look like a Ryu with a W on his chest.
And he's got energy powers. He can fly, super strong, shoot energy blasts. Sometimes they depict him as like in full purple energy mode. And he's being played by, and I hope I say this name correctly, Yahya Abdul Mahin.
What?
It's the gentleman who, so he was in the new Candyman. He's Black Manta in Aquaman. And for anybody who's seen Ambulance, he was the guy opposite of Jake Gyllenhaal, the guy who was actually driving the ambulance.
I know. He,
Yeah,
like
that's
a
another
young
thing. At one
Morgan
point,
Freeman.
Him.
yep.
Yeah.
It's another good point to bring up. At one point, they used his. So he was actually dating Wanda Maximoff. And for anybody who wants to know why Wanda fell in love with the Vision, he was dating Wanda. He supposedly died, and then Ultron used his brain waves to make Vision, and Wanda fell in love again with Vision, but really Wonder Man.
Gotcha. I didn't know that part, that backstory. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Okay. Real quick. Wonder Man was white originally.
yes.
Okay, all right. I just wanted
He's
to.
still, in every iteration I've ever seen him in, he's still depicted as a white man, and
Oh, okay.
except for this.
Is that what who asked that? Was that Taquan that asked about
Yeah.
Wonder Man's casting?
Yes.
Okay. Is that why you asked that question, Taquan? Because they were race swapping the character?
I'm surprised
Even though
they haven't gone
even
crazy.
even though in all honesty it shouldn't matter unless it's like the nuance that Cap would say, like Dr. Doom is from Liberia, whatever the fuck case may be, you know. But like that shouldn't really fucking matter. But is that why you asked?
Yeah, there's been a lot of people talking about it.
So
You know, it's funny. That girl Kiki Williams that they keep saying they want her to be Storm. I mean,
Rogue.
Rogue.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah, I said Williams like Riri Williams.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've just got iron in the mind right now. But she dressed up as Rogue for Halloween and killed it.
yeah.
Killed it. Looks so good.
See-
Kiki Palmer Rogue. She killed it. Kiki Palmer Rogue Halloween. She killed it.
So
Here's
here's how. Huh?
Never mind, I got you. K-E-K.
K.
Here's something that I'm going to say because again, this is a more complicated issue than can they or should they. At the baseline, who is Rogue? Rogue is a Southern woman who has the ability to take life force and power and shit from people that she touches, which makes her a very solitary person. In what do you call it? In that context, Kiki Palmer could play Rogue. Anybody could be Rogue because Rogue's
Anybody.
just a Southern woman who has these powers. There's nothing inherent that sticks her with being a certain race. Wonder Man, I think, is another character who there's nothing about his characterization that strictly sticks him with being white. Now, on the flip side of that, Captain America, and I've said this for years, a small underlying point of Captain America is that he was 6'4", blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin. The Nazis were trying to start the Aryan race, 6'4", blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin. They sent in to fight the Nazis what the Nazis thought was the perfect fucking specimen. Like there's an underlying irony to him, which is why changing him out.
If I gotta explain to
Wouldn't
you
make sense.
why Captain America can't be black, like original Captain America.
Yeah, you're either too young.
The time period, hello, it just doesn't work. Now with the context and nuance of a new Captain America, with the mantle passed down, with the hopes of bridging gaps and continuing on, then yeah, but original Captain America shouldn't.
Yeah.
But if Wonder Man is black,
I hate
if
that
Wonder
we have
Man
to
is
talk
black,
about this.
doesn't Vision have to be black? Because he's
No, they just use
So,
his brain waves.
again, for the MCU, changing
Vision is
Wonder Man-
non-binary, right?
Exactly, Taekwon. Exactly.
Vision, I don't know.
Because he's an android.
He's an android.
Yeah, but Vision is only. Here's the thing: Vision has only been ever depicted with either Wanda or his
Mhm.
own wife that he has his family with.
Okay.
He, to my knowledge, he's never been depicted any other way with his sexuality.
in the show.
But
He
to
was
be
white.
fair, he is an android, and I don't think sexuality means anything to him.
Yeah.
But I've seen a video already of a dude who was not coming at this from a racial standpoint. He was coming at a standpoint of he thought that Marvel was done being woke and just changing shit for the sake of changing shit. And he was just saying that the fans don't want, like, fans of Wonder Man just want to see Wonder Man, the Wonder Man that they know, the white dude with the black hair, and that they only change for woke purposes, which is the argument that I heard. But this is a thing where we now have, as consumers, you don't want to you don't like what they're doing, stop watching. Because the thing you don't understand is when you turn around and complain about it, if you've watched it and complained, you gave them the money. They don't give a shit. If you don't watch it and complain, you're gonna put eyes to it. They still get the money.
Yeah.
The biggest way to get shit to stop: don't mention it, don't give them money, pretty much act like it doesn't exist. And then if enough people just tune out, that'll speak more volume than you turning around and saying something, because it's not gonna stop.
It's not no woke shit, man. Google whitewashing in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So you could go down a crazy fucking rabbit hole, because when a white dude do it, it's fine. But
Yeah. And you know, the crazy shit is this. Look, I'll be the first one to tell you, I didn't think Chris Evans was going to be a good Captain America. I didn't think he had the look for it.
he didn't think he was gonna be a good Captain America. That's the funny part.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could ask Cap. I was like, I didn't think he had the look for it. but he is my Captain America right now, besides Sam Wilson or Vic Mackey or whichever one you want to call him. You know what I'm saying? That was my Captain America. I didn't see anybody else being
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. I'm thinking of the Shield. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my Captain America. There, it's like when they made Halle Berry Catwoman, I was like, you know something? They made a hot chick play a hot character.
I didn't
But,
even
like,
think about
you-
it. Like
you know-
I didn't. It
yeah.
was like, okay, it's cool.
Yeah,
Who cares?
You know, to
It's
be honest,
Catwoman.
to be honest with you, it doesn't matter what race plays the character, as long as you keep the nuance of the character the same. Like if you completely change the character, like if Danny Rand was played by a black guy, and he never went to Kung Lao, but he just lived in the fucking South Bronx selling drugs, and just one fucking dude taught him canned food because that's what we call it in the fucking Bronx. And he never, like, his hands don't glow. That's not the Iron Fist.
Yeah, they cut it out.
I understand you being mad, but anyone can be. The names are not racially fucking selected. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like my name isn't just for one race. Everyone can be called Vincent or Victor or Emmanuel or Jonathan or fucking Leonardo or Joel. It's not just straight out like, oh,
My name
you
is
have-
so common.
you know what I'm
Jesus.
saying? Like
Abs.
that's the crazy shit. Like anyone can be anyone, especially when we're living in America where we have the American dream where anybody can
As
make it.
long as the story makes sense, because
Yes.
you can't be like, oh, I can't wait until Ryan Gosling plays T'Challa.
Yeah.
No,
Now
I hate when people
Yes.
don't let themselves understand something on purpose.
Yes.
It's on purpose because they get it. They
Yeah.
get it. They know why T'Challa can't be white, but they're
Yeah.
still saying it as a point to just because of everything that's happening.
Now-
Again, Google whitewashing in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and don't
Now-
ever talk to me about this again.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now,
White Panther.
now T'Challa can be light skinned.
Sure.
Because he only has to be of African American descent. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Steve Rogers, for the sake of his story, has to be white.
Yeah, because
But
Like,
Captain America has been black before.
yeah,
It's
Deal-
he's from
deal.
Africa, bro.
That's well, T'Challa, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Now-
but yeah.
No. Here's the thing. If T'Challa wasn't from Wakanda and was from South Africa, you have room to play with.
yeah,
Because South Africa is notoriously was owned by the Dutch, and
Yeah.
they have a population that's white, black, all that. There's a very select few of characters that can't be changed.
yeah.
But there was one part of his argument that I did agree with, and is they are, forget the race swap thing, they are fundamentally changing some of these characters, and it's for the worse. Take
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker. Never in a million years would that motherfucker had grabbed his thing and threw it over his shit like it didn't matter. That should have never happened. Boba Fett, the baddest man in the fucking galaxy, is now Zordon to the fucking Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like, when you make incorrect change,
Kaz is like the one fucking thing I don't know about, and you want to talk.
I'm leaving in 4 minutes. Y'all can keep going.
No, yeah, 3 minutes.
no, but incorrect change or lazy change is bad. Just plain change means nothing. If you change, so this it's funny because I have not heard anybody say anything about Jonathan Majors playing Kang. We all loved him as He Who Remains.
The one is
We all
left.
know he's gonna crush it as Kang. The Ant-Man trailer came out and he looks fucking great,
He looks incredible, bro. Oh my
and nobody's saying anything about it.
because they don't know who Kang is.
But who the fuck knows who Wonder Man is?
Yeah, true
Wonder
that.
Man hasn't been featured in any fucking thing.
It's just
except the
people.
worst-
People are used to seeing. People are used to seeing purple, when it comes to Kang, so they're not tripping. But no, I completely agree. I'm just saying, bro. And this will be my thing. I really got to go to sleep. I was talking to some lady about at work, older Cuban lady. Cubans around here, particularly right wing and all of that. We started talking about The Little Mermaid, and something that the whole purist argument, and I brought this up, the whole purist argument, like, yo, the original thing is still there. Don't watch this new one. And then you're like, well, my point is that this is all propaganda. Propaganda for what? For inclusion? Like, how silly do you sound? And they're like, well, I just don't like, they don't have to switch stuff. I'm like, mama, you're from Miami. What do you think about Scarface? She's like, I love Scarface. Well, yeah, the most notorious, a real person, the most notorious Cuban drug dealer of all time, played by a white dude. They literally tanned his skin a little bit. No one's saying, and then he goes and does it again, and does Scarface in New York, Carlito's way, and now he's Puerto Rican. Nobody says a word, but one black dude one black chick takes over a white character's like the job, and a fake one at that, and y'all tripping again. Google whitewashing in Hollywood and just don't talk about this anymore. Because the white man been doing this shit forever. But now that black folks are doing this propaganda, it's woke, it's an agenda. An agenda for what? Because if the agenda is inclusion, I'm all with that shit. That's not an agenda. Well, that's a goal. That's a goal. And you don't like that goal.
Well, now they're gonna start swimming and be all over in the beaches and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You can't be safe.
Like, that's not an agenda. It's a goal, and it's an agenda that a goal that I can get behind. Yeah. Yes, let's include more people. Goal. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look at John Leguizamo talking about back in the day when it used to be when Spanish actors could not get Spanish roles, which is exactly what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like,
there was only one Spanish actor in West Side Story?
Like,
yeah, Rita Moreno.
And that's because they couldn't hide it. They couldn't hide it.
Dude, you can ask Cabs. I always said Spanish people didn't exist until after the 80s.
Apparently.
We fought in every single war in this country, but we didn't exist until the 80s.
So enough of the racial. It's not an agenda. Yeah. And if you know what, if it is an agenda to be more inclusive with everyone, then I can so fucking get behind that.
He said I could make that joke.
That is actually a good stand-up comedy bit. Yeah, that's a good stand-up comedy bit.
Word.
But yeah, bro. Enough of that shit. Like, who cares?
Yeah. Yo, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait. Final comment for you.
You've been fucking talking this whole fucking show.
We didn't get. Now you want to be quiet?
Yes. No, that's real quick.
Again,
the earthquake in Endgames, is that Namor coming out in this movie?
Well, the little water thing that happened, they briefly touched on it, and they were like, "Oh, there's rumblances in the water."
That was an Easter egg / let's hope.
Okay, that's an Easter egg. Let's hope. Let's see if it happens in the future.
Yeah,
this is the genius of Kevin Feige, and this is the type of genius I haven't seen in this new phase. You put something in like that, that's a throwaway line. Like the little kid in Iron Man 2. And then 15 years later, when somebody's like, hey, we could connect the dots with that, you go, yep, that little kid was Spider-Man. Yep, that was Namor. You just put the shit in, and if it comes up, you just go, yep, we did that from the start. Yep. And you lie your ass off.
Right.
Lie to me, Daddy Feige. Lie to me. Lie to me.
Is X-Men
when
Namor?
When the legend becomes fact, print the legend. Yeah. What you said?
I said, is X-Men coming with Namor? I heard he was involved with them.
Mutant. Namor is a mutant, so he will be the first official mutant in the MCU.
He's
official.
He's not an X-Men.
Kamala Khan is the first
official.
In the MCU, Kamala Khan is
official.
They're not gonna. I will put money down right now. They are not gonna call Namor a mutant or an X-Men in the fucking Black Panther movie.
Are they
Damn,
gonna
that's a-
throw Kamala
that's a
Khan
good-
Inhuman?
That's a good bet. No, they're not gonna do that either. They can't. I don't think they can. I don't think they can call her an Inhuman. Contract shit. That's a good bet though, Cap. I want to take that bet, but it's a smart bet what you just made. I want to take it, but I'm
Yo,
know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and I know you gotta go. I'm gonna be a little pissed if we just get done with an emotional scene, and then Namor shows up to
Yeah,
like, yo, you just undercut the whole.
I said it. Remember, I said it before. I'm like, okay, we did the chord, we did it in Multiverse of Madness, we did it in Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
You can't do it no more.
Oh,
I said
no,
it. You
no.
can't do it no more. Now I can see a situation where he's like talking about his past, and he was like, "You don't know what it's called. You don't know what it's like being called a mutant." I would love that, but you're making the smart bet here. I would take it, but you're making the smart bet. All right, sorry.
And on that note, hey,
and on that note, show enough closing us out.
well, I had to.
Yeah, show.
And on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead.
Yep.
Signing out.
There you
Peace,
go.
everybody.
Thanks to everybody aggressively. Thanks for coming through. Hit that sub,
Yeah.
hit that like. And then
We're
go
on
fuck
every.
yourself.
Yeah.
That's
there you
not
go.
personal to you, aggressive. That's just what we say to everybody.
Yeah, we're on every day.
That's what they
Yeah.
say to everybody.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Me and Toe mostly.
Yeah. You
And Lay.
feel privileged to go fuck yourself.
For real.
We give you that right.
Yeah, it's for free.
Yeah.